Hello YouTube, welcome to another tutorial on Python. In this tutorial we're going to cover the most popular data types. Remember the last tutorial where we opened up the shell and printed hello world? We got a return value of hello world. When you type print followed by a line of text in quotations, Python interprets it as a string. So that hello world is of the value type string. Strings are your most commonly used type for holding text data. You'll note here that just like in algebra, we can assign a variable to the value held within a string. Unlike in algebra, the equal sign does not mean equivalent to. It is an assignment operator. That means the value on the left, in this case the variable, is getting assigned to the string hello world. Now I type print greeting, which is the name of the string, and I also get the same result, hello world. This is one of Python's many ways of simplifying simple tasks. Pretty much every other programming language also supports a variation of this. Now you'll see that I'm typing type and then putting the variable name greeting inside of the parentheses. Type is a built-in Python function that'll return the type of data of whatever you put in between the parentheses. In this case, greeting was a string, but the number 1 is an int, which is an integer. Ints are what Python uses for whole numbers. Here when I type 1.5, since there is a decimal place, Python instead assigns it to the type float. Since Python's a dynamically typed language, you don't get to assign what type of data you want to make your variables. Instead, Python guesses and does it automatically. This is one of the biggest criticisms of Python. You'll notice I'm printing greeting, comma, 1. Well, actually I'm going to switch that to greeting plus 1. And I'm not getting any return. In other programming languages you can concatenate strings like this, however in Python it doesn't work. Since greeting is a string, we can concatenate it with another string, and for reference, anything in between quotation marks is generally interpreted by Python to be a string. But we can type print greeting, comma 1, and Python will return us hello world, and then the value 1 as an integer. You'll notice it's a different number, a different color in shell, because it's a different data type. Just like in a calculator, we can add 1 plus 1 together and get 2 in the Python shell. And we can set a variable called a equal to 1 plus 1. If we run the type function on it, it'll tell us it's an int. However, if we add 2.5 to it, it'll become 4.5, and Python will tell us that it's a float. Python will automatically reassign the type of data that your variables are if it feels the need. In a static type language instead of a dynamically typed language like Python, you'll have to declare the type of data that you want your variables to be. This makes it a little bit more difficult, but also gives you a lot more control over the program. We're going to go into a little bit more detail on this in the next video. Thanks for watching, rate, comment, and subscribe.